Okay guys, we got a 2004 Acura TSX 2.4. I did scan the car. It's misfiring and the check engine light is flashing. It's on right now, but it's gonna be on. But we do have cylinder 2 and 3 misfire, and then we got fuel trim. I'm not worried about the fuel trim. P0300, 302, 303. Those are the coils we got. So it's not pinpointing me anything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start up the car. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a moment, and first I'm gonna take off that cover, and we're gonna disconnect and see which one is misfiring. Okay, so we might change 2 coils. It could be 1 coil, it could be oil inside the coil, so we're gonna check all that. Okay, so start off, what we're gonna do is, let me grab my light, and we're gonna remove 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. Okay, say nuts or bolts. There you go. Okay, this thing is stuck there. Oh, come on. And there you go. So if you guys having a problem like this, a misfire, it's gonna be very easy for us to diagnose. And this is a 10 millimeter I'm using here, so these bolts are 10 millimeters. So in here we got coils. Okay, so this is the belt, so always start from here on the 4 cylinder. So cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the 2 it's giving us codes for. What I do want to do is I'm gonna have to get a deeper socket here, so we can't reach in there. Maybe you can reach with the socket hanging. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a deep socket. So what we're gonna do, I want to check if there's any oil on those coils, and let's go get a deep socket. But since this one is out, let's squeeze this connector here. Let's pull off this coil, squeeze this connector, and no oil, but it's telling us a misfire cylinder 2 and 3. It could be a bad coil for both of them, but it seems like it could be 1, so we might end up changing 2 or 1. Okay, I went and got me a 10 millimeter deep socket, and okay, try not to mix up the coil. So let's put this one back together. You're gonna take this guy off. Remember, the stud is right there. If you forget, you can check my video. Okay, anyways, just want to see if there's any oil in this guy, and no oil. Sometimes it could be bad plugs, so we still not confirmed yet. So what I want to do here is, I do want to do a coil test. Okay, I don't go crazy, so this is how we're gonna diagnose this vehicle. So my gloves are still clean. We're gonna go inside the vehicle, and I'm gonna come back out. We're gonna pull each coil. See how the engine shakes? Let's disconnect this guy. This is cylinder 2. So there's no response at all. Okay, still doing the same thing. So this is definitely bad. And let's disconnect this guy. Let's pull it up. Oh, there you go. You see the difference? So this coil is good, and this one is bad, but we still don't know if it's a spark plug. So let's turn off this car. We're gonna do a swap test. So we're gonna go inside. We're gonna go inside, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this coil out, and we're gonna take out this coil. We're gonna swap it. We're gonna swap this guy and this guy. So what we just did here is we swapped the coils. Let's connect this guy. So now, since we already know the cylinder, this one was not making no response, but when I pulled this coil, which was over here on cylinder number 3, when I lifted it, it gave us a response, okay, big response that it was working, and then and as soon as we pulled it, and it was a big change. So now what we did, we swapped it. We're gonna start up again. Now, if over here we have no response, and over here we have response, we have confirmed your spark plug is good, but your ignition coil is bad. So let's go inside, start the car. And this light does flash as you're driving, okay? So it does flash. And what we're gonna do is, watch this. So when we pull this, no response, you can disconnect the coil. No response, but you see that? Big response. So definitely this coil is bad. Anyways, let's shut this engine off and order a coil. Okay, so the customer just decided to do ignition coil. I did give them an option, but you always got to change your spark plugs, okay? But if you guys need to know how to change spark plugs, I do have video on that. But here's our ignition coil. So we're using the standard. It's about like $50 to $60 for the ignition coil. And for this particular vehicle, there's a part number there and the brand. But I do have videos on how to change spark plugs on these and Hondas. So very simple. You take this coil, you stick it back in, and make sure you do connect that connector there. And we're gonna take our number 10. Okay, number 10 doesn't go there. Okay, yeah, it does go there. And the one that looks like a shaft like that, that's the one that's gonna come to this end. So we're gonna have to turn this guy around a bit. So this goes in. I am gonna go get my impact drill. We're gonna finish out this vehicle. Very simple and easy. This coil is garbage. You don't want nothing to do with that coil. We're gonna lock up the 2 bolts. I would recommend you guys change the spark plugs inside, but that's your option. But if it's your vehicle, change the spark plugs, and shouldn't take you more than, all this shouldn't take you more than an hour. Anyway guys, you're gonna put these 4 bolts, put 2 bolts and 2 nuts, and we're gonna finish out this vehicle, and then we're gonna start it, and then I'm gonna reset it. Reset part you're not gonna see, so you're gonna need a scan tool to reset the light. But once you no longer have Misfire, you're in good hands. Anyways, that's it guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Obviously, if you want to test it, you can test it, start it up. There should be no misfire if you did do this correct. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you guys on the next one. But let's start up this vehicle. There should be no more shake. There you go. The engine is nice and smooth. Thank you for watching guys.